I didn't go to college. I ended up moving to New York to start my modeling career. And although I think college is amazing, I think that it's not for everyone.
You wanna be a boss today.
Welcome back to the BILF Pod, where authenticity trumps authority. We are live here at the Godfrey in LA, and I am so blessed to be sitting next to my new BFF.
Yes.
Yes, we have. You don't even need an introduction.
Well, go ahead. Introduce me anyway.
So, all right.
Just in
so
case they don't know me.
We have model. Oh, if you're
TV personality. Actress.
We have
mother. Entrepreneur. And we can go on and on.
And everything else, because
Yes.
you are a true
Cynthia
BILF.
Bailey, yes.
We have Miss Cynthia Bailey. She is lovely inside and out.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
personality. I know from the time that we were hanging out.
Yeah.
And you are absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
I literally, anytime anyone asks me, like they saw our pictures, they ask me like, how is she? I'm like, exactly what you think. And you
Oh,
are.
my
I love how authentic you are.
Well, thank you. I can say the same about you. Like in the
I'm a
short
lot.
time that we met, I felt like we really connected and just had a great time. And I feel like you can't really fake connection. Either
No.
there's chemistry or there's not. And I
Yes.
just loved your vibe. So I'm so excited to be on your new podcast.
Yes, girl, yes. And thank you for being on it, because what else would I do without a BILF like you? No, you really are a BILF. So I'm just gonna dive right in.
Yes.
I know, you're a model for how many years?
Wow. I started when I was 18 years old. I moved from Alabama to New York City to pursue my modeling career, and it worked out for me. I was very successful for many, many years. And about 13 years ago, I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, where I ended up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that started
did that
my
happen?
reality TV career. So the long story that I'm going to try to make short is I met someone, my ex-husband. I've been married twice and divorced twice.
It's okay.
But yeah, anyway, my first husband lived in Atlanta. I lived in New York City. I am a Pisces. I am a lover of love. I think we may have talked about signs. But I am a woman who really follows her heart, and no matter where it leads me, I'm going. It's just who I am, and it's just the way that I'm built, and it led me to Atlanta. So basically, my ex-husband was opening up a restaurant in Atlanta. I was living in New York City. We were at that point where we really were like going to the next level in a relationship.
Yeah.
Somebody had to move, so I moved myself, my daughter, and my nanny to Atlanta, Georgia, and while he was in the process of building his restaurant, some of the people that were working with him, Satchel Jester, April Love, they approached him about me interviewing for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I knew nothing really about reality TV, to be honest. I was really super focused on my modeling career still. And I'm not really a drama person.
Yes, you weren't really
I'm
on the show
not.
though. I don't watch it anymore, but I will tell you, I used to watch you. I did. I watched
you.
it for the first few seasons, and I just loved who you were.
Oh,
and you didn't
thank
seem
you.
to ever really be into the whole drama thing. Like
No, it's really not my thing, but the show is a drama-based show, so this is where God comes into the whole equation. It was just, I came in at the right time because they didn't really expect that from me. I was really more the voice of reason. I, was self-made. I was just very different from some of the other ladies that were on the show.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out. I did one season and I thought, oh my God, what is happening? What have I done? And 12 years later, it was probably one of the best. Well, I won't even say probably. It was actually one of the best career choices that I made, because I went from being known as a fashion model, known in the fashion industry, to literally a household name from, being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. The platform has been incredible, and I've been able to still leverage it. I'm actually going back this season as an official friend of the show.
Ooh.
Season 16, we like to call it Sweet 16. And it should be more Surprise 16, because there's lots of surprises, ups and downs. And I'm really excited to be back on the show in that capacity, because acting is still my number one priority. And that is the focus. But, because I've had such a long relationship with the ladies and the network, we were able to let me come in a way where I was able to actually, basically then work around my schedule a little
I love
bit.
that.
So,
Thank
you.
There's nothing you're not doing. So you said a little bit about, what are you doing with acting? Because you said that's your real passion.
Yes.
So give me a little bit about the acting.
Yes, so I'm still a new and growing actress. I've been committed to acting for about 2 years now after I walked away from the show. And it's been amazing. I've always wanted to get into the acting world, but I was like, I'm the kind of person, once I'm focused on one thing, I don't like to have I don't mind having a side hustle, but acting could never be a side hustle for me. My daughter's dad, Noel, is an actor, and I really respect the process. I respect the craft, and I was like, I can't get into acting until I'm ready to really do this. So now I'm in a position where that is the first priority. And last year, I played my first lead, a BET film called Who's Cheating Who.
Ooh.
I play Maxine. I play a psychotherapist who needs a little therapy herself. She ends up being like batshit crazy. But it's a great show for BET Plus, directed by the incredible Wendy Raquel, and my castmates were amazing. And it was really like, for me, it was confirmation that I was on the right path. I know that I can do this on a level that I'm excited to do it on.
And that's what your passion is right now.
It is. I
can
love
see
it. You know, after doing reality TV for so long, like, you know, with reality TV, I'm just myself. It's so cool to play different characters. It's so cool for me to be, you know, a therapist, to be although I'm a mom, I do play a lot of moms, to be a cop, to be I can be so many different, I can put myself into so many different characters, and that's fun. I like it.
How do you, the one thing I really want, you are a household name. I'm sure people recognize you literally, how could they not? I mean, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
But how do you remain so authentic and like so true to who you are?
Oh, wow.
And stay humbled. I mean, you are humble. You're super. I know you're super down to earth. I've hung out with you. We went and got some food. I mean, everybody knows you. I mean, that's a lot. So how do you remain so humble and just so down to earth?
I just look at it like I'm still me. I'm still always trying to be the best version of me, but I'm just me on TV. I'm just me in movies. I'm just me on red carpet. So, yeah, I think just coming from very humble beginnings, like you just have that, you know, my family keeps me very grounded. Like, I'm not like a superstar at home. Like, I have a 25-year-old daughter who's not like, oh, Cynthia Bailey, my mom, the superstar, just came over to cook for me. So,
she doesn't think you're so cool.
You know what she does? She's very proud of me, but she definitely is the one person that can snatch my ass together if I need to be snatched, for sure.
Yes,
she is my best friend. Most people don't think you should be best friends with your kids.
I think you should.
I absolutely
my daughter's
don't
my best friend.
agree with that.
I agree.
I think that's the only way to really stay connected to your children, to always have that trust and make them feel like they can talk to you about anything.
Yes.
And Noel talks to me about everything. Some of the things I'm like, all right, don't talk to me about that. I'm good.
Yeah,
So.
the same with me and my daughter. My daughter and I are super close. We have a little.
How old is your daughter?
17.
Okay, 17.
But we have a little role reversal situation going on sometimes. Like she thinks that she's the mom, and this is like constant. It's a constant problem.
You're like, no, I'm the mother, you are the daughter. But you know, that's what I think when you raise them. Noah was raised to be an independent thinker. You know, she has a voice. I didn't grow up with a voice. I'm a lot older than you. Like, I grew up in the generation of you do what you're told to do, you eat what's put in front of you, you just be happy to have a roof over your head.
I grew up the same way. That was it. Like, I didn't know there was a choice to go to college. I thought everybody did this. My trajectory was written out.
Yeah,
I am very close with my mom. I am, like, she did make sure of that. But it's so crazy. Like, your daughter, so I know this is a big thing for you, because I know last time we were talking, you were showing me pictures. She's so pretty, beautiful.
Thank you.
So how do you maintain that with her, the closeness, with you traveling?
You know, we have to work on it. It's not easy, and I really have to commend Noelle for really keeping me, like, holding me accountable to just make sure I make time to be her mom. And I know that sounds crazy, but like my day can go from, especially I'm dealing with the East Coast and the West Coast. So when I get on the East Coast, I'm still like, my agents are still working on the West Coast. So I'm like, I may not finish work until like 8 o'clock at night sometimes. And my day usually starts at 10 in the morning. So we have a stand-in appointment at 9 p.m., no matter what coast I'm on, where we have an hour where we catch up and talk and just connect.
Every day?
Every day.
I love that.
Now, she can cancel the appointment. I'm not allowed to cancel
No,
it.
of course
But if
not.
she's busy living her best life,
No.
she's like, oh, Mom, I can't do our connection call today.
It's not
But
funny.
I'm not allowed to cancel.
No, I
have
know.
to be available.
I know.
So.
I'm glad you have rules, because I have rules. I don't know if you know this. I have rules. I set rules about what I can and cannot do. When the friends come over, I've talked about this so many times, though, but I don't know if, like, there's set rules. I'm not allowed to wear specific things.
Oh, of course not.
No, cannot. I can't talk to the friends. I have to pretend like I'm a mute.
It's like, why are you talking to my friend's mom?
They're so embarrassed. Everything I say is embarrassing.
Of course.
Everything I do is embarrassing. I'm usually in timeout. I don't know what she wants from me. But
Exactly. No, I remember 17, and I think that was just a lot of, like, closed doors. Like, you know, I can't, like, you got to knock, you can't just, bust up in the room and all those things, like, how I grew up. A lot of boundaries. A lot of boundaries.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
My mom used to just walk in that thing. She tried to take the door off the hinges.
You had no privacy. What was privacy?
No.
You had no rights. You had no
Zero.
privacy.
Children were supposed to be seen, not heard. That's what she used to tell me all the time.
Absolutely. And what I love about this generation is that I'm unlearning some of the things that how I grew up. Like, I wanted to be my mom's best friend. And I wasn't, because she was my mom, and it was just like, no, I'm your mom, and you just do what you need to do, and that's what it is. I wanted to feel comfortable talking to her about certain things that Noelle feels comfortable to me, comfortable talking to me about. And I love that. I love to get to live how I wanted it to be for me with my mom as her mom.
Yes,
so.
I love that. I love that so much. And one thing I really do love and I admire about you is that you really are a BILF. I mean, you have a whole bunch of things going on. And I think having daughters, for me at least, having a daughter pushes me to try to be the best version of myself all the time. And I want to keep going, because I want her to look at me and remember that her mom works for everything that she had. Nothing is handed to you in life.
Nothing.
You have to work hard for it. There's no handouts. And that you can keep going. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, if like the setbacks are there, but it doesn't matter. Like, you keep going. And that's so important for our daughters to know.
It's true. I think leading by example, I mean, you can like talk the talk, but they want to see you walk the walk.
Yes.
And I can't tell her, when she actually, was trying to figure out, her college journey. I didn't go to college. I ended up moving to New York to start my modeling career. And although I think college is amazing, I think that it's not for everyone.
Agreed.
So when it came to Noelle to make that choice, I left it up to her. I was like, look, I want you to do whatever you want to do. And, she's tried different things. She's tried a few different things. And, she's still trying to find her own identity and what works for her. And I feel like my only job is to just support her, to let her figure it out. Because at the end of the day, no job. I don't think you can be successful at any job if you're not happy doing that job.
I agree.
If you're going to work miserable every day, or you're doing some job or running some business that you don't enjoy, like, you find something. Like, it's so many ways to make money. Like, find something that you love doing, and you will be successful doing it.
So true. My daughter's leaving for college next year. She wants to
Where's
go to
she going?
college. She doesn't know. But she got to get out of my house. That's one thing.
She got to go somewhere.
She got to go. I don't care what she does, but that's what we're going through right now, is trying to figure out. I'm taking her to New York, so I'll be in New York in April to take her to Pace. And she wants to go visit Fordham. Fine, no problem. But one thing I do want her to do is find her voice outside of.
That's very important.
Very. I want her to be independent.
And her own identity.
Yes.
I feel like we don't really look at it like you're like a boss. Like, you have so many things going on. I'm a boss, I got a million things going on. Our children look at us like it's almost pressure in a way to try to live up to what we've been able to create. But at the same time, it is inspiration. It's also motivation. And I have to remind Noelle, like, you don't have to be Cynthia Bailey. You don't have to do all the things that I've done. Just do the one or two things that you want to do.
Yeah. And be independent. That's all that, and don't rely on a man ever.
Absolutely.
I was raised like that. That's how I was raised, that you don't rely on a man for anything. You're to create your own empire.
I think having a man is great, but I would never put myself in a position where I had to rely on one.
Never. Amen. Yes,
my mom
never.
went through all of that, and I was like, I will never be that. And most people grow up like, I want to be just like my mom. And I was like, I love my mom, I respect my mom, but I was like, I will learn from every mistake that she ever made. Being dependent on a man was a huge mistake.
No, absolutely not. And that is the one thing I try to teach my daughter all the time, is that anything you have, you have it.
Yes.
You're not getting it from, like, sometimes she'll be like, oh, I'm going to marry a basketball player. I'm like, no. Let's stop right there.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to create your own legacy, and you're going to do it. And no matter what you're going to do.
And even if she does, Omara, as long as she has her own thing, then that's
okay
totally
that.
fine.
No, but
like,
I
wouldn't have a problem with
money.
it.
No.
Exactly.
No.
Like, that's great that you with someone that has his own money, but just make sure you have your own as well, because you never know, if it's going to work out.
Raising daughters, I think, is difficult. Because I have sons too, so I think my relationship with my daughter is way different, and I think the pressure to make sure that she is very independent, I really, really stress that more with her than the boys.
Yeah.
Raising a daughter today is probably the hardest job to do. It's hard.
I'm one and done. Noel is my only child. I don't have any more children. So.
But a daughter's I think a daughter is so difficult.
I think so.
Not even like
it is.
just because of society and everything that they're going through and the things that they see and the things that we were not exposed to. They're exposed to everything.
Yes.
So being being a strong role model is so
Absolutely.
important.
I actually thought like if I ever had more children, which obviously that's not happening now. I've aged out of that category. But I know. I'm done. But I always thought it would be a little easier to have a boy. I did. I always thought that. I actually thought Noah was a boy. And when we named her unisex name just either way. Because the doctor kept telling me every time she would check me, I'm like, is it still a girl? She's like, it's still a girl. You had a girl, Cynthia. I'm like, are you sure? Because I feel like it's a boy.
That's so
like part of me
funny.
wanted a boy, and now I have the girliest girl of all time. So
Yeah. I would say that having a daughter is the biggest blessing in the world. You know what they say? Daughters are the most loyal. They are.
Yeah.
Yes, sons are not, because the power of the P. It's a real thing, girl. That covers everything. And then. But I have my kids brainwashed. I'm telling my sons all the time, like, who's the only woman in your life ever?
Yeah.
So I'm like, only your mom. Oh,
That's
it.
right.
I will be that monster-in-law. I already know it. I already know that I not want
No,
them.
but it's true though. But I feel like most sons, I mean, their moms are like treasure the moms more than the daughters do sometimes.
Yes.
We treasure the daughters, but the sons are what. And a lot of the relationships, the son-mother dynamic that I've seen, the sons like love their mamas.
They do. My sons, I'm obsessed with my sons.
Yeah.
Yes, my sons are everything to me. I love them so much. But tell me, okay, so what do you have going on right now that you're most proud of?
Okay, so right now I just turned 58. So I'm just
I can't
excited.
with you. I cannot. Why? No, I don't believe it. No.
Yes.
You're like aging backwards.
Yes.
Benjamin
I
Button
just
over
turned
here.
58. I own it. I think representation is so important. I love representing the 50s woman.
Why not?
I
You're
feel like,
gorgeous.
I'm just getting started in so many ways. So at this point in my life, I've always been a health and wellness advocate, but I really like health is a huge priority for me. And
Wait, I
as
saw
you
you
get
doing
older.
something.
Absolutely. Well, I just started Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers. I
started
just saw it.
I started Weight Watchers, and I did that because I'm just not at a healthy weight for myself, and I don't want people to feel like, you have to be severely overweight to really take control of the size that you want to be. And I never really had weight struggles my entire life, as a model. It just never happened. And then when I got on the other side of menopause and just getting older, like nothing moves, everything stops. And I'm generally a healthy person, but I just wanted to make some health changes, and I just needed some support because I was like, okay, I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to stop eating bread, but I just needed like a program.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to really do it by myself, so I partnered with them, and I love the program because I'm able to eat. I just have to do portion control. So it's not like I'm denying myself food. I just can't have, like, instead of maybe having a whole turkey burger, maybe I can have one with a lettuce bun with everything on it, and maybe, half at one time and then the other half maybe later. So it just made me really reevaluate my relationship with food. And I'm a foodie. So I was like, as long as I still get to eat some of the stuff I want to eat, then that's, this is something that could work. And I didn't want to do like a lot of like get skinny quick things. And by the way, I don't want to be skinny. I just want to get back into my size 10s. I would just like to still fit the clothes that I have that's in my closet. And so it feels good. I'm really excited. Yeah, so that's like something that I'm excited to share with you guys.
I just love how you have so many things going on. Because you think about it when you were younger. I remember thinking like, oh my God, 40s, like it's done.
I know,
40,
we thought it was over.
Right, 50s, like you're
I'm
done.
closer to 60 than I am to 50, which is crazy. And I really feel like I have the most incredible life. Like I get to do so many things. Hi, Dean. Hi. Yeah, so it's great. The other thing that I wanted to share with you, like outside of giving you your flowers for your new podcast, is I recently started a podcast with my co-host Crystal Kong Meekoff from Beverly Hills Housewives.
Tell me about it.
It's called Humble Brag, and it's basically a black woman, that would be me, a Chinese woman, that would be her. We sit down together and we just talk. We just talk about whatever is going on in our lives. And what's so amazing is, it's so amazing that I never knew I wanted to do a podcast. I was like, at some point I'll do a podcast. I know I wanted to do something with my daughter, but I never saw the chemistry. You can't make up chemistry. You can't force chemistry. And we have so much in common to come from 2 different cultures. You know, we come from 2 different housewife franchises. Like, I'm older, she's still younger. Like, I'm on the other side of menopause. She hasn't even started menopause. Girl, she's her family dynamic, my family dynamic. She's been married for over 20 years. I've been divorced twice. Like, we literally are the odd couple, but we have the best chemistry, and we talk about the craziest stuff. We sit down every day, and she's like, "What are we gonna talk about?" I'm like, "Girl, bye." Like, and we'll just I'll start talking about her pants. Like, where'd you get those pants? And and it just ends up being an hour and a half of just girl talk in a real comfortable, like, leaning over your fence, listen to your neighbor kind of way. Like, we just talk about anything, and it's so much fun. It's like therapy.
I love it. I love it. And then it airs every week.
Every Monday, anywhere you watch podcast.
Anywhere.
Yes.
So you can find it
and everywhere.
YouTube,
Spotify, YouTube, Apple, wherever you watch podcasts.
Now, do you have guests on as well?
We do, but we're not like super. We went into it not wanting to be super dependent on guests.
Yeah.
If there's someone we wanted to talk to, we bring them on. But for the most part, we really wanted to establish the pod with just us for now. And it's been working out. We just did, we had, so far we've had maybe 3 guests. We had Countess Luann, who is originally she's one of the Real Housewives of New York OGs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Countess Luann, she's a really good friend of mine. And we had Denise Richards, who just has, Denise Richards, actress, and she was on Beverly Hills, and she's like, she has a new show on Bravo. She's doing a lot of amazing things. And we just had we just had Dorinda from New York Housewives and Chanel Ayan from Dubai Housewives. So, and to be honest, like, we're not a housewife recap show.
Yeah.
These are just our friends, and they wanted to come on, so we brought them on. But we really, other than talking about our own experiences as housewives, we don't really recap the episodes or anything like that. And that was something that was like, we have some of our other friends that do those podcasts for that, so we don't need to do that. They're doing a great job.
You're like, this is not the reunion show.
Let them get into the mess.
Yeah,
we don't want to get into the mess. We're trying to stay in the light.
I love that. You've accomplished so many things. What would you say that you're most proud of? Aside from having your daughter.
Okay.
You can't use that one. You cannot use that one.
Okay. What am I the most proud of aside from Noelle? I would say I'm the most proud of being self-made for the most part.
Yes, I love that.
Like, really
nothing handed to you.
Figuring out my own lane, making it work, going through the ups and downs, sticking with it, pivoting when I needed to, reinventing myself when I needed to, and still being pretty happy along the way. Like, I can't say I've been super unhappy with any career choices. I may have been unhappy with some personal choices in my life like anybody else.
Yeah.
But career, I enjoy being a model. I enjoy being a TV personality, and I enjoy being an actress, and now I enjoy being a podcaster.
I love that. Is there anything you would do different? Anything?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
Not one regret.
Not one regret.
Yeah, me either.
I feel like when the book is being written, every experience leads you to the next experience.
I love that. That's
you have to go through the darkness to get to the light, and then you go back to the darkness, come back to the light. Like, everything, every single person that has come in my life, whether I even speak to them at this point or not, was a part of my story. They were part of my journey.
I agree 100%. I think everything in life happens, it unfolds the way it's supposed to.
Yes.
And you can either take it as a life lesson or not.
Yes.
Everything happens the way it's supposed to
It
happen.
does.
I believe that 100%.
I agree.
So what's next? I mean, you've reinvented yourself. So what's next for you?
What's next?
What is next?
Wow, what is next?
I mean,
I would like to retire at some point.
Really?
And when I say retire, that looks like me I was just over there painting a little boss for Habitat for Humanity. Like, I have so many hobbies that I love doing. Like, my daughter is like a Lego enthusiast. She does Legos. I'm like, what? I want to get into that because I love creating. I'm a creative person. So I'd love to eventually just have I have Lake Bailey in Atlanta. I would love to have maybe a cool little beach house here somewhere where I can be bi-coastal, but just be near water always, because that's a part of my sign as a Pisces, and just be able to do fun stuff that I like to do. And if I make money off of it, great, but just be pretty much set and just do the things that I want to and travel. That's really what's next. Yes, but I got to blow up as an actress first. So I'm still.
You're going to.
After I blow up as an actress, then that's what my life looks like probably in the next 10 years. I still have a lot of work to do for now.
I love it. I love that you are defying age. You're just doing so many amazing things. I love that life is not over at 58.
I'm glad you said that. Let me add something else. modeling was something I did years ago. I don't actually mind going back into it at this point in my life because, again, going back to representation, I think I represent the 50s woman very well. I think they need to see that themselves in like a lot of these ads, and like 50-year-old people, they wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all the things as well, and I don't really see a lot of that. So I wouldn't mind actually going back into modeling just, for specific type of campaigns and stuff to just represent the 50s woman, because I feel like I do a pretty good job of doing that. And those are the women that I actually, on my social media, those are the women that I really post for. Like, those are the women that I actually want to try to motivate and inspire.
No, you encompass exactly what that is. Like, you are a woman, you are beautiful, you work, you have, you're self-made, you are a BILF. I mean, I
am a BILF. I'm a badass BILF.
You're a badass. I love it. You are. You really do. Everything about you like exudes BILF.
Thank you.
But you, so now you're in your 50s. I love that you want to, you really want to take.
I want to represent that. I always have.
Why not?
But I want to continue. And I feel
it's important.
You know what?
I don't
think getting older is something to be ashamed of.
You're making me feel better.
I don't think getting older is a gift at this point, because everyone doesn't make it to this age. And the fact that it's truly a luxury not granted to everyone. You can be born, but you never can control when you may leave this earth. And to be able to be this far in my life, reaching so many different milestones in my life is a blessing. And I really want to be motivation and inspiration, because so many times, like even in my own life, you just want to give up. You're like, oh my God, maybe this is not the person I'm supposed to be with. This is not the career I'm supposed to have. There's so many times in your lives where you're just like, you doubt yourself or you don't trust yourself. And I want to be that story of like, I've been through hell and back, and I am still standing. I'm still positive. I am still always operating from a place of love. I'm still a hardworking woman. I still love on my friends. I try to be a good mom still. I try to be a good daughter, a good sister, all those things.
You are doing that. You're breaking barriers. I mean, you really, I know you were on the cover of Essence, right? Twice.
Yes.
Yes, I knew.
I know you got to get it. I got to get that twice in there.
She's on twice.
Because it's not easy to be on the cover of Essence. No. They're not just giving out covers. Trust me.
Let's wind it down. Give some advice to any woman out there that just wants to do something, be great. Give some good advice to that woman that's just trying to be the best version of herself.
My advice would be to go for it, number one, because nothing beats a failure but a try. I think that's right. Is that the right way to say it?
That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good.
So if you don't try, you ain't gonna get nowhere, because if you do nothing, nothing happens. So you have to do something. So just go for it, number one. And I would say, don't overwhelm yourself. Like, I think sometimes when people want to go put themselves out there, they do take on too much at the same time. You have to, every part of my career was like a child. Like, when I was a model, that was the focus, and that's what I focused on. And I had to nurture that and, feed it and watch it grow. And then it was like, okay, so this child has grown up into what I need her to be. Now I can have another baby. So now let me go into TV. Let me go into reality TV. So make sure that baby was good and fed and nurtured and loved. And then I went into acting. I don't like to overwhelm myself with things, because that's how you end up failing, because you don't have time. You're literally one person.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have to be very hands-on with everything that I'm doing in my life. And I just can't do everything. So I try to take things one at a time. So go for it, but don't overwhelm yourself.
I do have one last question for you. So you have a lot of exposure to the media, to everybody, and I'm sure people have what to say. I'm sure. So how do you navigate through the people that just talk shit? What do you...
Child, I was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for 12 years. I'm born for this at this point. I don't really have... I don't take things that personal at this point.
Especially if they don't know
I have a pretty thick skin. I think one of the things that being on a reality show taught me was, if you choose to be in this business, everyone's not going to love you.
Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So you just find the people who are with you. You don't worry about the ones that are against you.
I love
You always just go with the ones that are with you. And that's it. It's just as simple as that. And I just don't take it personal.
I love that.
And if they follow me on social media and they're doing the most, I block them.
Yeah, but you know what? If they're talking about you, I feel like any publicity is good publicity. And if they're taking
not at this point. I get a lot of publicity, girl. If you're not coming, here's the thing. Getting to follow me is a I'm giving you access to my life.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed. I don't have to give you access.
Yeah.
So if you don't have anything great to say, just don't say anything at all on my page. But I'm not going to allow any toxic negativity on my page. It's my page, and I get to dictate what I want on it. So if you're coming in too hot, and if you don't like me, first of all, if you don't like me, do not follow me.
Yeah, why are you
I don't
even on
follow
there?
people that I can't stand. I don't follow people to just drag them. That makes no sense to me. So if it's not coming in good space, I'm like I say, you don't have to say nothing nice. Just don't say anything hateful.
I love it.
Otherwise, you will get blocked.
I love when people give me unsolicited advice that I never even asked for. They just leave. They'll just
You're
love to tell
welcome.
me.
You
Yeah,
are
like,
welcome.
Like, you came on my page. I didn't
Exactly.
go on your
Like,
page.
how
What are
dare you? How you
doing?
gonna come on my page? You like, this is not this is. I control who gets to be on here. You either act right and you get to stay,
Or not.
or you don't and you
Bye-bye.
can go. So
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A true BILF. Cynthia, you really are lovely. I mean,
Thank you.
What you see is what you get with you.
always.
It's so true. I love how you're so authentic. I love everything that you're doing, and you're still going.
Thank
you are a
you.
true inspiration to
Thank you.
women, to everybody. So thank you for doing it.
Thank
I
you so
love you.
much.
I
And
love-
congratulations to you. I'm so proud of you. And I know your podcast, BILF, is going to be one of the greats. So keep going. And I can't wait to come back.
Yes, girl. And then we'll hang out again.
Yes, we
Or hang out
will.
and
We got to
we'll-
go dinner then.